Welcome learners, I am Dr. Pavan Kumar. Today we shall discuss about the concept of breadth first search algorithm. You must be familiar with the concept of spanning trees, and this algorithm known as the breadth first search algorithm essentially finds a spanning tree in a given connected graph. Of course, the graph must be connected, otherwise we cannot find any spanning tree, because you know that a spanning tree is essentially a subgraph, a spanning subgraph that is a tree. So, in this session our aim is to discuss this algorithm. The algorithm essentially constructs a spanning tree in the given connected graph, as I have said. So, what are the requirements of the algorithm? It mainly uses two containers, namely T and Q, where T stores the edges of the spanning tree and Q is a queue which stores the vertices as they are visited. Note that you must be familiar from your programming and data structures course that a queue data structure has some features like when you add an element in the queue, it adds at the end, right, and when you remove, and then its removal takes place at the front. So, to implement a queue data structure, one can use a simple array or a linked list or any other data structure, and for the container T which stores the edges of the spanning tree which is being constructed, we can use any container like just array. Okay. So, these are the two main containers one needs to initialize in the beginning. Another is that when we shall visit the vertices of the graph, we shall mark them as visited. So, in the starting all the vertices are marked as unvisited, and once we visit a vertex we shall mark it as visited. So, let us look at how the algorithm, the steps of the algorithm. So, the algorithm requires a connected graph G with a root R as the input, and the output is the edges of a spanning tree of G which is rooted at R. Okay, so, the first step is we initialize all the vertices of the graph, and they are marked as unvisited. So, and the containers T and Q are initially empty, and then second step R is visited, the root R is visited and appended to Q. Now, the main steps start from here. While Q is non-empty, the first vertex say U of Q is removed, and then for each unvisited neighbor V of U, the edge UV is added to T and V is marked as visited and appended to Q. So, this is the main iteration which keeps on continuing as long as the Q is non-empty. That means, there are which vertices in the Q. So, what happens at any time we just look at the Q, and if it is non-empty we just remove the first vertex of this Q, right. So, if the first vertex is suppose U, then we visit all the unvisited neighbors of U. So, for instance, if V is an unvisited neighbor of U, then the edge UV is added to T and V is then marked as visited and V is also then appended to Q. So, you can see that during the iteration the size of Q keeps on varying, it sometimes increases, sometimes decreases, but finally it becomes empty at the end, and then we stop. Okay, so let's look at an example how to construct a spanning tree in a given connected graph using the BFS algorithm. So just consider this graph. It has the vertices A, B, C, D, E, F and R. Here R is the root. So you can see that there are 7 vertices in this graph, and any spanning tree must contain exactly 6 vertices, right. You must recall that if T is a tree on n vertices, then T has n minus 1 edges, right. So this graph has 7 vertices, and hence any spanning tree of this graph must have 6 edges. So we begin with the root R. So initially the Q contains R and T is empty, right. Now the neighbors of R are A, B and C, and all the 3 neighbors are unvisited. So we visit them one by one. So first let us visit the neighbor A. To visit a neighbor, we shall just use the color red to mark that vertex as visited, right, and of course the corresponding edge also marked as red. So now R is removed from Q and A is appended to Q. A is marked as visited, and the edge R A is added to T. Now the second unvisited neighbor of R is B. So when we visit B, we see that B is appended to Q and the edge R B is added to T. Now the last unvisited neighbor of R is C. So we visit C, and then C is marked as visited. C is appended to Q and the edge R C is added to T. So all the 3 neighbors of R are visited. Now we just look at whether Q is empty or not. So clearly Q has 3 elements A, B and C. So Q is not empty. So we remove the first vertex of Q, which is here A. Okay, so now after removing A, we shall visit all the unvisited neighbors of A. So you can see in the graph that A has only 2 neighbors, namely R and D, right, and the neighbor R has already been visited. So we shall visit the neighbor D. Now once we visit, we shall mark D as visited. So it is marked as red. D is now appended to Q and the edge AD is added to T. Okay, so all now there is no other unvisited neighbor of A. So we shall now go back to check whether Q is empty or not. So again you can see that Q has 3 elements B, C and D. So we remove the first element, which is now B. So now we shall visit all the unvisited neighbors of B. So you can see that the neighbors R and C have already been visited, and of course D is also visited. So there is no other unvisited neighbor in of B. So what we are now do is that we just remove B from Q, and there is no change in the tree T. So B is now removed, and after removing B, the Q contains the elements C and D. Okay, again Q is not empty, so we remove its first vertex, which is C, and now we shall visit all the unvisited neighbors of C. So the neighbors of C are R, B and E, right, where R and B have already been visited and E is unvisited. So we shall visit now E. So now E is marked as visited, that is E is marked red here, and E is appended to Q, and the edge CE is added to T, right. So, again you can see that Q is non-empty. So, now we remove the first vertex of Q, which is now D, and now from D we shall visit the unvisited neighbors of D. So, there is only one unvisited neighbor of D, which is as you can see in the graph, which is F, right. So, we visit F. So, we remove D from Q and append F to Q. Okay. So, and the edge DF is added to T. Now, we can see that Q still has some vertices. So, we just remove the first vertex of Q now, which is the vertex E. So, we shall now visit the unvisited neighbors of E. Note that now there are no unvisited neighbors of E. So, we shall simply remove E and there is no change in the set T. And now we see that Q is still non-empty, it contains the vertex F. So, F is now removed and we will see whether F has any unvisited neighbor of or not. So, you can see there is no unvisited neighbor of F. So, F is now removed from Q all, and then what we are left with is empty Q. So, now we shall stop. So, we can see now we return the container T, which contains the edges R A, R B, R C, A D, C E and D F. So, you can see that there are 6 edges in T, right. So, T is a spanning tree. So, this is one example. Let us look at another example. Consider this graph. It has 8 vertices V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7, V8. So, here we start our process at the root V1, that is we are assuming V1 as the root. So, initially the set Q contains V1 and T contains nothing. So, T is empty, right. So, we shall visit the unvisited neighbors of V1, which are V2, V7 and V8, right. So, we first visit V2, then V2 is marked as visited and V2 is appended to Q. Of course, before that V1 has been removed from Q and now the edge V1, V2 has been added to T, right. So, next we visit the neighbor V7. So, V7 is appended to Q and the edge V1, V7 is added to T, and then we visit the neighbor V8. So, V8 is now visited. V8 the vertex V8 is marked as visited, the edge V1 V8 is added to T and V8 is appended to Q. So, all the 3 neighbors of V1 are visited. So, now we go back to Q and see whether it is empty or not. So, clearly Q is non empty, it contains the vertices V2, V7 and V8, right. The first vertex is V2. So, we now remove V2 and we will repeat the same process, that is we start visiting the neighbors of V2. So, you can see that the neighbors of V2 are V1, V7 and V3, and out of which V1 and V7 have already been visited, only V3 is unvisited. So, we shall visit V3 now. So, V3 is now visited and the edge V2, V3 is added to T and V3 is appended to Q, right. So, there is no there are no more unvisited neighbors of V2. So, we shall go back to Q. Now, Q is still non-empty. So, we remove the first vertex of Q, which is now V7. Now, look at V7 contains V7 has unvisited neighbor as V6, right. So, we shall visit V6 now, and before that we shall remove V7 from Q. Okay, so V6 is visited, V6 is then appended to Q, and the edge V7, V6 is added to T. Now we see that there are no more unvisited neighbors of V7. So we go back to the container Q and check whether it is empty or not. So it is still non-empty. We remove the first vertex of Q, which is now V8, and then we shall visit all the unvisited neighbors of V8, right. But you can see that all the neighbors of V8 have already been visited, right. The neighbors are V1 and V7, which have been visited already. So no change will take place in T, right. V8 is removed from Q, and now again you can see that Q is still non-empty. Q contains the vertices V3 and V6. So the first vertex of Q is V3, which is now removed, and then we visit all the unvisited neighbors of V3, and which are now at present V4 and V5, right. So let us visit the vertex V4. So V4 is appended to Q, and the edge V3, V4 is appended to added to T, right. And then we visit the neighbor V5 of V3. So V5 is visited, V5 is marked as visited, V5 is then appended to Q, and the edge V3, V5 is added to T. Now there are no more unvisited neighbors of V3. So we go back to Q and check whether it is empty or not. So you can see that Q contains the vertices V6, V4 and V5. So we remove its first vertex V6, and then we will visit the unvisited neighbors of V6, right. So you can see that all the neighbors of V6 have already been visited. So no change will take place in T. So V6 is removed from Q. Now Q contains V4 and V5. So we remove the first vertex of Q, which is V4. Again we can see that all the neighbors of V4 have already been visited. So no change will take place in T. We simply remove V4, and then we are left with V5 in Q. So now we remove V5, and then we check whether there are any unvisited neighbors of V5 or not. So since there are no unvisited neighbors of V5, there is no change will take place in T, and V5 is removed from Q. So now Q is empty, and the tree that is obtained contains the edges V1, V2, V1, V7, V1, V8, V7, V6, V2, V3, V3, V4 and V3, V5. So there are 7 edges which form a spanning tree of the given graph. So we have seen here how to use the BFS algorithm to construct a spanning tree in a given connected graph. So that is all for this session. Thank you.